L3-37, a self-made droid built from an astromech and protocol parts. L3-37 is an enlightened navigator who cares deeply about droid rights. Hello, welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing L3-37 from the Solo movie. I wasn't too sure what to think of this character at first. I just thought, I hate it when robots and droids are just a little bit too human, just a little bit too outspoken in a way. You know, it's not everything's like right and protocol, it's just they're just a little bit kind of weird. But you know, actually by the end of the movie I actually really enjoyed this character and I thought she was pretty cool, and I like the way that she was kind of sort of inputted into the Falcon with that sound of the hyperdrive. It's actually quite, I thought it was quite a good little nod, to be honest. But yeah, here she is in plastic, and we've got no kind of accessories there in the window. Down here we've got a pencil drawing which is kind of half taken off by the triangle, and on this side she's numbered 73, and on this side we've just got L3-37 written in the black and the red, and then on the back we've got a picture and a bio. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad girl open. Okay, so here she is in all her glory, as she will probably put it. She's got no accessories, there's no kind of sort of extra attachments there that we can put on her, but you know, she's looking pretty cool. So we'll just get her out, take some photos, and come back for an actual review. The weathering's not too bad on there, looks pretty cool. I like all the detailing just sort of around the back and underneath. So yeah, I guess we'll just see you in a mo. So I've been away taking some photos and we're back for the review. And what can I say about this figure is I really enjoyed taking photos of her. She's really detailed, however, I will say however, she's a pain in the arse to stand up, and her articulation and everything's a little bit hindered. She looks great, she's great on the shelf, but unfortunately it's just like another IG-88 in kind of action figure terms really. Not much I can really say about the character. I mean, I loved her in Solo. I thought I was going to hate her, but I really liked her. And she's transcended into an action figure very well as well. And she's very detailed, and it's quite nice holding her in the hand actually, so you can actually see sort of kind of what this character is. Because sometimes like with these films, they just kind of flash by and you can't really get to grips with them unless you've got them in your hand and have a real good look at these characters. Like Boba Fett and all that, we know what his armour's like because we held him in our hands when we was kids in the 1980s. So anyway, let's talk about L3. Yeah, I mean, she's got no accessories, so unfortunately that's going to take half of the review away, but we can go into kind of articulation straight away. So upper head rotates, and so if you hold that down, the lower neck movement also rotates, and it's on the kind of a bit of a nod there. Her arms can come up this far. She's got a rotation at the elbow, and the elbow comes up this far, which it isn't much at all. There's no movement really there. There's a joint, but it don't move because of these wires and everything that's in place. She's got rotation at the wrist, which is also on a hinge. She's got a nice rotation here at the waist. She don't really lean forward, and she leans slightly back a little bit. Legs wise, they come out this far. They can bend here. They can come up and kick about this far. There's no rotation or anything like that. We've got a little bit more of a kind of hip movement there due to there's no kind of sort of restrictions of a bum. She can't really kick back because of the wires and all that are in place. And then we can go down to the feet, which if you can call them feet, these little irons, they kind of just sort of move slightly. So you really got to get this sort of like lower level here, just really flash, because this side is even smaller. So it's a bit annoying. So yeah, I mean, But as the looks for this character, I mean, I think she needs to be bigger. I think the action figure needs a little bit more robust and it needs to be a bit taller. Up here I think the detail was a little bit lost. But apparently she's supposed to be an astromech converted into a approachable droid, where she kind of upgrades herself. So you can see like the wires hanging down. You can see like the dome, what it's supposed to be like that. We've got this kind of sort of triangle insignia on top. And you can see the sort of reminiscence of a kind of sort of astromech. And then coming down here onto a torso, again we've got the kind of sort of front parts here of R2-D2. This one's like twisted around, and it's right at the front. Very sort of weathered and battled, and on the back there kind of looks like a plug socket in the back. But the wires and all that inside, you know, they look great. I think if you give them a bit of a weathering in there, that'll highlight them all up. We've got these sort of wires on the arms as well, so which unfortunately hinders the thing there. But you can see like the astromech leg kind of reminiscence there in the shoulder blades. And then down to her arms, which is where she keeps all her kind of bits that R2-D2 sticks out, doesn't he? Sort of into the ports and stuff. She's got them in the arms there. Just down to her hands with 2 fingers and a thumb. Again, we've got sculpts and all that inside there with that sort of circle. And then going to the hips as well. You know, we've got even more circuitry coming down. I did kind of sort of break the character as soon as I got out of the box. I kind of raised this leg up too far, which that bit's supposed to be glued just inside there. It popped out, but I'm not really too fussed because just it sort of sits in place and it gives her a bit more sort of articulation in the leg. Again, carrying on that kind of look from the shoulders, from the legs of an R2 unit. Insides are all sort of detailed, but there's no weathering in there sort of like to create the detail to pop. And then the legs are extension going down and into the sort of like normal legs of an R2 unit. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of her really, but it's just, oh my god, like just trying to get her to stand, you know, any particular way is hard, and it's a bit annoying. But I'm slowly getting there. I'm actually increasing my droid shelf, and she's a fine addition to it because, yeah, as I said before, I like Solo and I like this character as well, so I'm quite pleased to actually put this one on the shelf. And you can actually pick her up for about 13-12 quid or something like that, and I think she's highly sort of recommended. You know, she's part of the Millennium Falcon, so, you know, making that kind of like a hyperdrive sound, you know, and yeah, I'd recommend her quite easily. I wouldn't sort of say rush out there and get her for 20 quid or over. I would never pay that odds for her, but for £12 to 15, I would say you've got quite a good bargain there for a good character. So that brings me to the end of the sort of like review really. You can comment down below, you can follow me on Instagram, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do anything you like to support the channel. Everything is really kind of welcome and brings a little warm mushy feeling in my heart. So guys, girls, I'll catch you next time. I'll see you soon. Bye.